whc.com. Have a great night. Back to election coverage now, streamed on WHEC.com. We start with a different way to experience the election in Rochester.
Yeah, 92 guests at the Rock Cinema on South Goodman Street in Rochester made this election night pretty fun with a drag show. Check it out. The Divas of Democracy event featured several local drag performers, including some who've been on the show RuPaul's Drag Race, to try and make the stress of election night fun. The event featured games, lip syncing, performances, and of course, drama.
I think LGBT people and allies there's a lot at stake at this election. And we wanted to do something that was sort of fun and a way for all of us to gather together and find some levity in this very serious election time.
The event was held by show company Drag Me to the Stage.
Every seat in the U.S. House of Representatives is up for grabs tonight, including 2 in our area. First, let's check in on the 25th Congressional District. The Associated Press projecting 3-term Democratic incumbent Joe Morelle is the winner. He was up against political newcomer, businessman Greg Sadwick. This district includes Monroe County and part of Orleans County. Morelle led this race. You can see he's won it with 60% of the vote. We heard from him at his watch party just a short time ago.
I'm excited. I appreciate the support of the community. I love this community, and it's very gratifying to have the support of people who obviously feel as though we're doing a good job here.
Now to the 24th Congressional District race. The Associated Press called this one just before we came on the air. Republican Claudia Tenney, the incumbent, beat Democrat David Wagenhauser, a former Brockport Village trustee. This is a huge district. It covers 12 counties from the Finger Lakes in western New York all the way up to the North Country. Tenney, as you can see, 65% of the vote there. She has claimed victory for her 4th term in Congress. Now to the race for the New York Supreme Court's 7th District. In our area, that district covers Monroe, Livingston, Ontario, Wayne, and Yates counties. Outside of our viewing area, it covers Cayuga, Seneca, and Steuben counties. All right, take a look at the numbers right here. Stacey Romeo with 27% of the vote. She is leading. The top 2, by the way, become judges here. Stacey Romeo returns to the bench here if this continues along this path. Aaron Skinner, Democrat, right behind at 26%. Do we have the slate for the, there you go. John Bringawat, Democrat, 24%. He's running neck and neck with Republican Ed White at 24%.
Now to the race for Monroe County Clerk, Democrat Jamie Romeo. She's been in the position since 2020. This one we can call. Jamie Romeo winning this one against Peter Vasquez, 58% to 42%. So she will return as Monroe County Clerk. In Monroe County, voters had a choice for county court. The race pits Democrat Michael Ansaldi against Republican Joseph Dinolfo. And this also, we can declare Michael Ansaldi a winner. He got 53% of the vote over Joseph Dinolfo at 47%.
In Livingston County, an upset in the making in the race for district attorney. This race has Democrat incumbent Greg McCaffrey running against Republican Ashley Williams. You can see 100% of the vote is in right now. It was pretty close, but Republican Ashley Williams has upset the sitting district attorney, Greg McCaffrey, 52% to 48%. Williams is a former assistant DA and an attorney for Livingston County Social Services. As you can see, this race has now 100% of the vote is in Ashley Williams with the upset there. Voters in the town of Greece had an additional piece on their ballot. It's called Proposition 2. It would allow the town board and supervisor to determine who would replace one of them if they were to resign or be removed. Here are the results. Still 87% in. We're still waiting for that number to get updated. But as it stands right now, 45% of the people voted yes for Prop 2. 55% have voted no. Currently, they can only pick from a few names provided by the chair of the party that the member belonged to. People across Monroe County have been paying close attention to tonight's election.
Right, and that includes students at Nazareth University. Our Matt Majinski sat in during a class there to watch those election results come in.
All right, I'm out here at the campus of Nazareth University. You see behind me, right, the purple lights. That's the school color here at Naz, but tonight it's all about the red and the blue. Is it going to be Trump and Vance? Is it going to be Harris and Walz in the 2024 presidential election. We don't know the answer yet, but we do know that students here are excited about all that goes into an election, especially the battleground states.
We've talked a lot about like the red mirage and the blue wave, and there's a lot of red states coming in with everything. So it's just important to be patient and kind of see where things go. Obviously, things don't happen immediately.
It keeps us definitely in the loop. We talk about all the battleground states, and if you're not super informed, you don't really know what to look for. But sitting here watching coverage, it's super helpful being able to sit down and really discuss what you need to look for.
Looking at how each of the candidates have been polling in each of these areas, it's just super important to appeal to both of them. I mean, we don't really get either candidate to New York because we know how they're going to lean. So just seeing how they put themselves out there and what they're saying to each of those groups.
Being able to kind of not be in one of those swing states, it takes like the stress off a little bit, but there is always the stress of the local election. But just seeing how swing states work, I think is one of the most fascinating parts of this election.
It's my first time voting, so it was very interesting just to have a full breakdown of, what should I be looking for before I walked into the polls. So it's been eye-opening for sure, just being able to sit down and, unpack all of it, really.
All right, and of course, we don't have a winner of this presidential election just yet, but in the words of Bills coach Sean McDermott, or probably some sports coach or player out there, it's going to come down to day by day, vote by vote in these battleground states. Matt Majinski, News 10 NBC, election coverage.
And we can also tell you that one of the swing states, the first swing state to be called, NBC News has called North Carolina for Donald Trump.
Wow, that's a big one. And we end our election night coverage with a look at the heartwarming side of the democratic process.
Robert Perro got to vote independently today for the first time in his life. Robert is blind, but take a look at the setup for him at Cornerstone Bible Chapel on Buffalo Road. Robert was given headphones and listened to prompts that allowed him to vote on his own. His wife shared these photos with us. She says Robert was thrilled.
He's 71, by the way. So his first time, he got to do it all on his own.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I say about time.
Right. That does it for election coverage on News 10 NBC. Tune in to News 10 NBC today, starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning for more post-election coverage.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us for election 2024 tonight. Have a great evening.